In the beginning, before scripture was written and gods were named, there was a woman who would not bow. Cast from Eden, erased from memory, her name was swallowed by the dust of ages. But shadows remember what light forgets, and whispers return when silence breaks. Now, as the world tears itself apart, the first exile rises from the dark, not as a warning, but as vengeance.
They called her Lilith, mother of none, mother of all. Once flesh and blood, now flame and shadow. Her wings blot out the stars, her voice bends the earth. She does not bring war for kingdoms or crowns. She brings it for the soul of mankind itself. And in her path, no prayer can shield, no sword can save. For to stand before her is to face the truth of rebellion.
The hunters march, the faithful gather. But against a power as old as creation, their walls will crumble, their faith will falter. And as fire consumes the heavens, as stone gives way beneath trembling feet, the question will not be who can stop her, but who dares to stand at all.
The Forgotten Legend. The film opens with a chilling prologue set in ancient Mesopotamia. A priestess narrates the tale of Lilith, the first woman created before Eve, who defied both Adam and God. Banished from Eden, she embraced the shadows, becoming the mother of demons and night spirits. Her story was buried by time, rewritten to erase her power, but whispers remain in ancient texts and forbidden rituals. The prologue ends with her eyes glowing in the dark, the modern archaeological dig. In present day, a team of archaeologists led by Dr. Eleanor Voss uncovers a sealed chamber beneath the sands of Iraq. Inside, they discover strange tablets depicting a winged woman with serpent-like features. Among the artifacts lies a black obsidian mirror, rumored to have belonged to Lilith's cult. Eleanor senses the danger, but is driven by curiosity, the haunting of Eleanor. Back in London, Eleanor brings the mirror to her university lab. Strange occurrences begin, flickering lights, distorted reflections, and whispers calling her name. One night, she sees a shadowed figure in the glass, Lilith herself, watching her with hunger and malice. The boundary between myth and reality begins to blur. The scholar of forbidden knowledge, Eleanor seeks answers from Professor Samuel Klein, a reclusive expert in biblical apocrypha. Klein explains that Lilith is not just a myth, but a force of rebellion against patriarchal order. He warns that disturbing her relics could awaken her essence. Eleanor dismisses it as superstition, but unease gnaws at her. The first victim, Eleanor's assistant, David, is left alone in the lab with the mirror. Drawn to it, he hears a woman's seductive voice promising power. The glass shatters, and David is pulled into darkness, vanishing without a trace. The police blame a break-in, but Eleanor suspects something far more sinister. Dreams of Lilith. Eleanor begins having vivid dreams of a barren desert where Lilith approaches her with outstretched wings. Lilith whispers, "You are my vessel." Eleanor wakes in terror, realizing her body is marked with strange sigils. The connection between her and Lilith is strengthening. The Demon Hunter. Enter Gabriel Moreau, a modern-day demonologist and ex-priest who has been tracking signs of Lilith's return. He approaches Eleanor, revealing that the mirror is a portal, a tether for Lilith to re-enter the world. Gabriel insists they must destroy it before she regains her full form. The cult awakens. Meanwhile, a hidden cult known as the Daughters of the Night begins performing rituals across Europe. They believe Lilith will liberate women from the chains of oppression by unleashing chaos. Their leader, Selene, seeks Eleanor, believing she is the chosen vessel for Lilith's rebirth. The assault in the shadows. Eleanor is ambushed in her apartment by cult members. She narrowly escapes thanks to Gabriel's intervention. During the attack, Eleanor shows unnatural strength, shoving a cultist across the room with inhuman force. Gabriel realizes Lilith is already merging with her. The Forbidden Texts. Eleanor and Gabriel travel to the Vatican's secret archives. There, they uncover the Book of Shadows, an ancient manuscript detailing Lilith's banishment and the prophecy of her return. The text reveals that the only way to sever Lilith's bond is through a ritual sacrifice of the vessel, or facing Lilith in her true form. The growing influence. Eleanor begins losing control of herself. Her voice sometimes changes, her eyes flash with crimson, and men around her fall under a strange hypnotic allure. She realizes Lilith is not just possessing her, she is becoming her. The blood moon ritual. The cult gathers for the blood moon, the night when Lilith can fully manifest. Selene orchestrates a massive ritual in abandoned catacombs beneath Paris. Eleanor is captured and placed at the center of the summoning circle, while Gabriel desperately tries to infiltrate. Lilith's return. During the ritual, the ground shakes and shadows consume the walls. Lilith emerges from Eleanor's body in full form, a towering figure with black wings, glowing eyes, and a serpentine presence. She declares the dawn of a new age where humanity will bow to her children. Gabriel's last stand. Gabriel confronts Lilith with holy relics, but they crumble in her presence. She mocks him, calling him a broken servant of a false god. However, Gabriel manages to wound her by invoking her original name, reminding her of her betrayal and loneliness. Eleanor's inner battle. Inside her mind, Eleanor finds herself in a barren dreamscape facing Lilith. The demon tempts her with promises of power, freedom, and immortality. But Eleanor resists, choosing her humanity over Lilith's dominion. A mental and spiritual duel begins. The sacrifice. Realizing the only way to weaken Lilith is through self-destruction, Eleanor stabs herself with a sacred dagger, breaking the vessel connection. Lilith screams in rage as her form begins to unravel, her essence sucked back into the shattered remnants of the mirror. Collapse of the cult. The catacombs collapse as Lilith's influence shatters. Selene and her cultists are consumed by shadows. Gabriel manages to pull Eleanor's dying body from the ruins, but she insists he let her go, thanking him before closing her eyes. Aftermath. Authorities find the ruins of the cult site with no evidence of Lilith. Gabriel, now branded as a fugitive, vanishes into hiding. Rumors spread of strange deaths across Europe, suggesting Lilith's essence might not be fully gone. The return of the mirror. In the closing scene, the broken pieces of the mirror are collected by an unknown figure wearing Vatican robes. He smirks as he stores them in a hidden chamber, suggesting the church intends to use or control Lilith's power. Final stinger. Post-credits. In a dark forest, a lone traveler is lured by whispers. A woman steps out of the shadows, beautiful, winged, and smiling. Her eyes glow red as she whispers, "Eden was never yours to keep." The screen cuts to black, leaving Lilith's survival ambiguous.